the power is turned off in the control room. So I guess somebody, and we got to go get the surveillance cameras, because my crew's here, just went in and turned stuff off. So that's the level of this. And that's what's happening. So we relaunched streams on Real Alex Jones and AJN Live. And those streams are there. And of course, tens of millions are now starting to dial in. And by this evening, I would imagine the streams will have 10 million people on them and the clips will everywhere. But whoever did that, because when you kill an encoder, streams it, it just stops at X and then starts from the start and loops it or archives it. That's all gone. But of course, there's Rumble backups, other things. So we'll be sure and put that out and say, here's the final InfoWars broadcast that just magically got taken down. So this is wild. So I'm going to say this again. Several good guy groups said they wanted to buy InfoWars and keep me on the air and keep that equipment and and let us keep fighting for Trump and America and the Great Awakening and make sure he gets actually into office on the 20th of January and make sure the good agenda of liberty continues on and all the rest of it. And so we follow the rules to a T. I never knew what the other groups were going to bid. You're not supposed to know that. They wouldn't tell me anything. So I don't know what that group, Roger Stone, did. I don't even know they put a bid in. I think they did because they said there were quite a few bids. I was working with another group I'd known forever that had been a great sponsor over the years. They didn't tell me the bids because the owner's a lawyer and bankruptcy lawyer at that, or one of the owners. And so followed absolutely like a Boy Scout to the T. And I called them yesterday and I said, the fix is in. No matter how much money you put in, you're never going to get it. And I said, you notice CNN already is reporting about the bids and knows what the bids are, but we don't even know. You've not even told me. And so there's a fox in the hen house. They said, yeah, this looks bad. And then Chris Murray called and wanted to talk to the financial guy with my lawyers that's been in there helping with everything in the last year. I wanted to meet with him at 7 a.m. this morning in Austin. And I said, no matter, there could be $1 trillion. We're not getting it. But I said, that'll be a big issue. And they said, oh, don't be paranoid. I said, no, that's going to happen. And I said, 2 days before, 48 hours before, they say, oh, all those filings and documents and non-disclosures everybody signed, and you put money down to these people and put deposits in and all this stuff. Now you're told none of that counts. You now have to put new bids in. This is Monday evening, and you have till 10 a.m. Central on Wednesday, that's yesterday, November 13th, to put in your one bid, and then whoever's is above it gets it. But the U.S. trustee, Chris Murray, reserves the right to give it to a lesser bidder. So I said, that right there means they're going to do that. I mean, that's just so obvious. Like, well, we'll see. I sat there like 40 minutes ago on the phone with Chris Murray. But yeah. And he admitted it all. In front of witnesses. And that well, it's his authority, and that's just the way it is. So, I mean, they literally think I'm Satan. I don't know if he does, but the process is, guys, you can pull up the Bloomberg article about, I forget the exact headline, but just type in Chris Murray, Bloomberg, Alex Jones, and it was from like 3 weeks ago. I made a big deal about it. You can find it on X. My reports on it on X, just type in Alex Jones has no 13th Amendment. And it's in the filing. I showed it a bunch on air, and it says, Alex Jones does not have 13th Amendment rights. He's a different case. No proof, no precedent, just Alex Jones does not have a 13th Amendment. They actually said that. Well, the judge said you can't have his name, you can't have real Alex Jones. And so they wanted that. They wanted that off the air right now. They didn't get that so far. And he'd always promised he wasn't going to do that when they were asking for it months before that, but then he did do that. Then when the judge said no, he took that out of the sale. Yeah, there it is. Alex Jones' social media accounts are not the ordinary accounts of a private citizen. The sale of Jones' bankruptcy estate interest in the social media accounts does not require Jones to perform any personal services that would otherwise violate the 13th Amendment. So, of course, none of that. And the guy's a lawyer. He knows that. He said before, I obviously know. So that is where we are. And we're going to have to battle all this in court. This is a fight. This is not a regular show where, oh, Alex, just do your show or whatever. No, we have reporters. We have crew. We have researchers. We have the legal to battle as we're constantly attacked. Their mission is take me off the air so they can then build a straw man that I'm not and use a folk hero anti-globalist person as a demon to attack liberty in the future. And they've admitted the news they want my identity. They admit they want our archives. They admit they say they own everything I ever said or did. So it's not enough, they don't just exile people or silence you. They then steal your identity and then wear your skin and then masquerade as you. Okay, so that's what's going on. And obviously, the Onion is just a front group. I said that this morning that it came out. The Democrats, the, quote, Sandy Hook parents are involved in it. And there you go. And despite this, they're still going to chase me the rest of my life with their fake judgments, which were already overturned on appeal, and say, he won't give us money. He won't give us money. As if you don't remember, they said they don't want money, want me off the air. So they want to blow the thing up that would have made them money and then still say, I won't give them money. So this is all Democratic Party run by Senator Blumenthal. It's come out. The FBI created the lawsuits. They testified that in court. Just to hide it in plain view, the CIA got caught being involved. You know about all that. And this is the tyranny as a society, as a culture, that we are dealing with. And again, someone went in after I left, and I'm going to find out, and turned the power off in the control rooms. And we were already jumping at 11 a.m. onto our feeds to continue on. But the way this was done, it just destroyed all of that, though we have backups of it. And so there they are, reaching in, whoever did it, into X, into our show, into what we're doing that is a major public interest. And this is a conspiracy against my rights. And we've already filed civil rights actions. We've already filed countersuits almost a month ago. It's not been in the news because they don't want to talk about it. My lawyers are like, just wait and see what they do. These people did some really bad stuff to me and my crew and my family. They all got together, rigged court cases, had the media, PR firms, the Justice Department, just like the lawfare with Trump was all coordinated from the White House. And before that by Obama and the Democratic Party. That's all come out. And Trump's getting ready to go after him for conspiracy against his civil rights. It's a felony. So all these federal prosecutors and people both on the lawfare side coordinating with the Justice Department people have just done some very un-American things. And they are so desperate to have some win that they've raided the projection betting site, Polymarket, yesterday. They're going after all these other Trump supporters. Deep State's not letting up. They're just used to being bullies. They're used to being in control. I mean, I expect anything by these people at this point. We're going to be peaceful. We're going to win in the information war. But we will continue on with the Alex Jones Network. I don't own it. And under the law, they can't see stuff and take stuff down that I don't own. I've got all sorts of offers, with major groups to go to Florida, other places. My family's here. I love the crew. And so, at this point, wherever the Alex Jones Network goes, whatever it turns into, I intend to add, with the folks we're working with, but I'll be the program director, more hosts, more reporters, more crew, and we will be bigger and more effective than ever. Because quite frankly, until they did all this to me, I was not even trying to get bigger. I knew we were waking everybody up and other people would do the job, and I just saw myself as kind of John the Baptist out in the wilderness that would trigger the big revolution, which we did. You triggered it with me. We're going to break in a moment. And we're going to come back and go over all of this. But this has been wild. This has been absolutely insane. But I couldn't have done it without the listeners and supporters. Couldn't have done it without the great crew who's been through hell. So pray for us all. But this is historic. And we literally, in my view, just got hijacked this morning. We'll be right back. Stay with us. But hey, they played their hand. I mean, we went down like Viking warrior with a sword in hand in the InfoWar. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Broadcasting to all patriots who refuse tyranny, you're listening to Alex Jones Live.
verdict, you not only take Alex Jones' platform that he talks about away, I ask that you make certain he can't rebuild the platform. That's what matters. Take him out of this discourse, of this misinformation, of this peddling of lies, and make sure he can't do it again. That is punishment. That is deterrence.
But somewhere out there right now is another family getting their kids ready for school, fixing their lunches, going to work, thinking about their kid. And there's going to be a day when that child doesn't come home from school. And we know it, and it's sad, and that's reality. And the question's going to be, where is Alex Jones when that happens? Is he in the studio? Getting ready to pounce? Or will you stop him? That's going to be your case. And when we get all done with all the evidence, we're going to come back and we're going to ask this. Because that's what justice is in this case.
I hope that we never see someone like him again. I hope that with your verdict, he can go away. Alex Jones is patient zero for our society's inability to speak without lies. I believe it. He is patient zero for alternative facts.
Yeah, there's going to be a resolution made under what these claims are valued at. And that's also going to have to take into account what the Lafferty claims are valued at, and the Posner claims are valued at, and the Fontaine claims are valued at. And that is why I've been saying that what this is heading towards is there's going to be a large set of plaintiffs who are going to be dividing up the corpse of InfoWars in the bankruptcy estate. And over the course of that process, that could get very, very dangerous for Mr. Jones, because there's going to be a new level of financial scrutiny. And if, some lawyer like me can basically find out that he's hiding the keys to the candy store, pull it out in front of him on the stand, I can only imagine what federal receivers are going to do. So yeah, it's going to get interesting from here on out. It's going to get really interesting, that's for sure. It's already super interesting, but like we say, it's the end of the beginning. And boy, are these clients happy about it. There was certainly a message sent out of this courthouse today, that's for sure.
Texas Command Center, in the heart of the resistance, rallying patriots worldwide. I am your embattled host, Alex Jones, coming to you from the Alex Jones Network. Love you all, my friends. We have forced the globalists out in the open. The world is waking up. The Streisand effect is turned on 11, and the greatest days of American Renaissance are now upon us. Yes! Stand for what you are about to receive. We are the dealers. We'll give you everything you need. To the good times, 'cause rock has got the right our way. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the top stories in the world right now is the forced sneak attack, shutdown of the fabled InfoWars studios in South Austin. right down the road from Joe Rogan Studios, Elon Musk, you name it. 16 years in that building, 27 years of InfoWars as a website. When I went and registered, nobody thought to get it. Obviously, we're in an InfoWar. 30 and a half years on air, and we are reaching more people than ever. And with almost no hiccup, we stayed on air despite all their actions on the satellites, to the radio and TV stations, uplinks here, all of it. And we're having hundreds of stations extra calling right now, wanting the show. Think about the globalists trying to kill Trump twice. Think about all the lawfare. Think about the fake impeachments. Think about the Russia. Think about all the stuff they did to him and his family. Did that make the American people, they thought, I remember on the news, corporate media, dinosaur media, oh boy, once there's a mugshot of him, Trump's over. Let's pull up the mugshot of Trump. The justice they've long awaited and fought for. They barely even never talked about Sandy Hook. They did none of the things they said I did. They attached themselves to me after Trump won, raised money off me, saying I was doing stuff to him I never did, ran fundraisers, and then they had judges find me guilty in rigged courts and have show trials where they told the juries I was already guilty. No evidence could be put on, just all their BS. Turned out the FBI, Justice Department, the CIA ran the whole thing. That's mainstream news. Then they tried in late May to shut us down without a court order. I didn't take that bluff. And now without a court order this morning, they had their stuff in place and just turned off the internet. And I knew they were going to do that, so I said, what you're doing is wrong. I'm going to see you in court. You made a big mistake. I'll go sign off because it was coming in. Everything was being pew, 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 InfoWars, banned out video, everything. And then I left, and they go in there and just flip the studios off. So that's desperate. And then you've got the whole other giant issue of how all this was done. I mean, no court order trying to shut us down in late May. That was so insane. People didn't believe us till they admitted it weeks later in court. Yeah, Your Honor, we ordered it shut down. Did you have the authority? No. Well, why'd you do it? Well, it was a security threat. Well, what was that? Well, somebody said there was a gun. Really? Did somebody do something wrong with the gun? Well, we can't talk about it. It's made up. Well, you're fired, the judge said. So then they bring in a new trustee. The left comes in and says, we want his name and everything now. The judge goes, no, Mr. Jones still owns InfoWars, but he's in private bankruptcy. He can be liquidated at auction. And I told everybody, I said, we'll never get this at auction. You can, it just buys us time, to go work with other people, set up other stuff. And then I had the crew here Tuesday afternoon at the backup studios, the Alex Jones Network. They're building a bigger one right now. And I said, it'll be a fake auction. And no matter what happens, the bad guys will get it. And then it'll take them overnight. They'll hit in the morning. So I said, I need everybody here at 8 a.m. We won't be able to do Harrison's show because, it'll be like fish out of water trying to get ready for this. And I said, in case they don't get around to it quite yet, he'll still be on air before they come turn the power off probably. And I said, so just be ready to go at 10 a.m. And I love the crew. They work their ass off, do the job at, twice as many people. But I learned all this at like 7:27 today. I'm down the road a mile away. I come in, the morning crew's there, and I go, hey, I've got word they're coming right now to tell me to shut it off. They haven't told me yet, but that's what I've been told. I'm going to go on the air here. And I said, can you get everybody in? Because I totally nailed it again. I just don't know how I do it. Well, actually, I do. I study evil criminology. And I already knew the law as a gestalt. And so then I called a whole bunch of people that are involved in lawyers. And they said, we've never seen anything like this. And the way it was done is crazy. It's a public auction and you got to go get certified. You got to show who you are. And you got to put a down payment on and you got to have it in by November 8th. You got to be pre-qualified way before that. And these other patriot groups, they went and did all that. And then I said, something's going to happen over the weekend. I said, prepare to shut down. They'll just cut the power. Then 3 o'clock, got off the air. They got a call like 2 o'clock, my lawyers. They said, yeah, it's totally been changed. everything we were told, all the contracts, all the agreement, everything out the window. You have folks that have already bidded now have till Wednesday morning, November 13th at 10 a.m. to put in their new bid. It's one bid, one filing, and then whoever has the biggest gets it. But there was a proviso in the new rules, like you're in the third quarter of a football game, last 3 minutes you're ahead, and they say, hey, we're just going to, give the other side 20 minutes on the field with no other opposition just to run touchdowns. And the key was that little proviso there, and we don't have to take the biggest bid. And I said, isn't that interesting? And so they've already, I guess, got their scalper mounting our head on the wall. And then now they're just going to make jokes over there. And they're making a joke because it's the Onion. Oh, it's funny. It's friendly. Oh, yeah, and the Sandy Hook people, the Democrat Party. Oh, and it's just funny now. So just move on from that. And they think like the mugshot of Trump and all the lies about Trump and all the fake embarrassments of Trump, take it down. They think that that's going to be a victory for them. They think that's going to make you cry on your pillow. They think that's going to be a big joke, trying to parade around with what they think's the head of InfoWars. That's a website, that's equipment, that's studios. And since everything I've been told by the new U.S. trustee and everyone I was told by the last one was never the case, they're like, oh, you got weeks, work with us to get your stuff out, all this other stuff. We'll probably go back over there later and I'll be locked out. So, and then I'm going to call the police. Because I got recordings, all of it, in front of witnesses saying all this. It's just, I'm not putting up with this anymore. So, that's how this works. And that's how the establishment sees the American people. And people that work for the system, most of them think this system can do no wrong. It can do whatever it wants. Kamala Harris to smuggle in 325,000 kids they admit and purposely disappear them, many of them in slave labor and sex slavery, Senate report. They just think they can start World War III, they can devalue the dollar, the big tech can censor you, the government can spy on you without warrants, they can human traffic. They just think that they can do whatever they want, that it's open season, that they got a blank check. And that's all coming to an end with Trump, no matter what they pull or what they do, whether they kill him or not. People are awake, they're getting more awake every moment, not just here, there's a global realignment, all the big think tanks know it. And this grabbing of InfoWars is so emblematic and just blazons in fire, not in highlighter, how ridiculous all this is. And it's just epic beyond belief. I mean, if I was going to try to discredit myself the very worst way I could, if I was trying to explode the Alex Jones Network as much as I could, I would do exactly what they just did. And like I told them, back then I'm on record, I said, they're like, oh my God, the mugshot will destroy Trump. It'll all be over for him. And I'm just like going, are you kidding me? He was already the underdog, already the Robin Hood, already the Maverick, already the Jesse James. And everybody was starting to see through it, even more waking up every day. And then to put his mugshot up, that they thought that would be the destruction of Donald Trump is the stupidest thing they could have ever done, but they can't help it because they got BlackRock and the private Federal Reserve and the old corporate media, and they still think that's dominant. They still think that's in control. They still think that they can, like a woman loading the kids in the car to leave the husband forever, that, beats her. She ain't coming back. And he thinks beating her up in the parking lot in front of the neighbors is going to bring her back. No, dude, the cops are coming. You're going to jail. And so this is, if they'd have come in, done this, waited till the money came in, put it in front of the judge, it would have, had some kernel maybe of legitimacy. But saying, oh, here's the bid, it's all above board, bait and switch 48 hours before. Little fine print, by the way, we can give this to whoever we want. It's the facade that I had trials for defamation. It's the facade that there was a auction. There's the facade. It's like calling this Hourglass a Falcon 9 heavy rocket. It's not. It's an Hourglass. And the tables are turned on the globalist, and time is running out. And I knew time was running out when I first got here 30 years ago because I could study history, and megalomaniacs always think they're invincible once they get in power and grab too much. And I believed in you. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, time is running out for these